welcome once again. Today I'm going to make a cute little hedgehog, and it's really easy to make. So just rolled some wool, and I'm going to make the body and the head together. So just rolled it into shape, and I think I'm just going to add some wool and then see where the head is going to be. So it's just going to be really small, so I'm adding more wool on top, and I'm going to felt the body and the head together. Because it's small and round, don't have to make the head separately. I'm using the cordial slivers again, and I've got little tins that I want to make felts for, so I've just measured it out, and I want it to be under 6 centimeters, so it's really going to be small. So you should have a reference picture in front of you, and so to make things easier. And I'm going to shape the head and the face as I go along. So I'm making a little muzzle and where the nose is going to be, and the eyes. And as you keep stabbing, you can form the shape. So I'm adding little wool for the nose and the little muzzle that the hedgehog has. As you can see that I'm just going to shape it as I go along, so I've just added some wool and then I'm felting it down. If you want, you can make a muzzle first and then attach it. It's up to you, but I think it's easier this way. You know where you're going. Here I'm adding some more wool just below the muzzle, so it's like a chin. You can just define it by felting it down. So just giving it a mouth and defining the neck and the lower part of the head, the face, sorry. Now I'm going to add the eyes first and then I'll go forward. So the eyes are embedded into the head and I don't have to stick them on top. I always add some wool after I've added the eyes, so they seem to be inside the head. So I'm just covering up with some more wool, and it forms the eyelids. I'm building the shape with little wool at a time, as you can see. So you just have to work along with little wool at a time, because you can always add more wool, but you cannot remove after you felted it down. So it's always better to use a little bit at a time. So I'm just making the shape of the head until I'm happy with it. As you can see, I've added some more cheeks to the face, so It looks more cuter and is a bit more cheeky now. I feel that the body is a bit too small, so I'm adding more core wool to the bottom. So as I haven't given it limbs, I can add more wool and just elongate the body just a teeny tiny bit, not much. Now I'm adding some color to the muzzle, and it has to retain the shape below, so you know where you have to put your needle. Using light brown color and a bit of dark brown for the nose. I'm adding the same light brown shade that I used on the muzzle on the face and the cheek side, so it just gives a little bit of a tint and some depth to the sculpture. If you want, you can color the whole face, but I'm leaving it white. And if you just felt it well enough, I think even the core wool doesn't look bad. It's not necessary to cover it. I use Pinterest for inspiration, and I'll try to make things that I find really cute. And there's a lot of inspiration on Pinterest. Save some pins and try them out. Even little sketches can help in building a shape of a sculpture. Now I'm adding more wool to the forehead and the joint going from the head to the nose. So it's like the nose area, and it will make it look like a hedgehog. More like a hedgehog now. And the muzzle will pop out because that was looking a bit flat. I'm adding more color to it. Now I have to make really tiny ears, so just using the brown color that I used for the muzzle and the cheeks, the same color I'm using for the very small ears. Just folded some wool, and after you've made one ear, it's easier to make the other one. Just have to make it the same shape and size as the first one. And then they go on top of the head, and you have to felt them down. You can just pinch them a bit from the bottom so they look natural. For the limbs, I'm using some ivory merino top, and I've just folded it down, and they're really easy to make because you just have to make tiny hands with them, and for the feet they'll be just a bit longer than the hands. The feet I'm using a skewer to make because they have to be a bit more rounded. Shape them and stab them down. It's easier using a skewer to get the rounded shape. And then you can just bend and felt the toes so the feet look a bit pointy. To see where the feet and the hands are gonna go, and then I'm felting them down in place. It's going to be holding a heart, so really needs tiny hands. I'm going to felt the feet first, and then I'm going to cover with more white wool so they will shape the legs. The white wool will shape the legs. Taking off the extra bits. I'm covering the bottom part where I've attached them to the body. So this is the easier way to shape the legs, like you don't have to make the legs separately and then attach them. I just added some wool and it seems to have the thighs. And I find it easier this way and it looks cuter. I added some more wool to the tummy, and now in the back I've got some carded wool. It's really dark brown. I'm just felting a really thick piece. Just felted it a bit down, and then I'm going to attach it to the back. It has to be really thick because I'm going to use the reverse needle after that to make the spikes. So after you've really spent time and felted it down, it becomes neat and tidy. You can add lighter brown shades if you want. But I'm using this and I want a bit thicker layer on top. So you just have to felt it really well. I'm using some light brown color as well, just for the shading, just to see how it looks. For the spikes I'm using a reverse needle. You just have to go in and out on the same spot, and it will take out some wool from underneath, and then you can just twist it and it forms a spike. So it's really fun to do because you will feel a lot of resistance when you're using the reverse needle because it plucks out the wool instead of felting it down, so you'll get the white tips. And this is how it looks when it's all done. Hope you liked this tutorial, and it's really easy to make. This is the tin I've put it in, and thank you for watching.